Hello and welcome to Verity, where truth and conversation converge. I'm your host, Kerwin D. Where today we're talking about love. All right. Now, what the world needs more of is plenty love, and we got just a person to tell us a little bit more about that. She is Renee Miller. She is the founder of the Love Camp, and we want to say good afternoon and welcome to you, Renee Miller.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Now, and you've probably have answered this question before 1,000 times, but tell us what was your inspiration for starting the Love Camp?
In short, I definitely wanted to provide African American driven women opportunities, more opportunities for healthy love. And then that morphed into really needing to have more communications between African American men and women. And that was the inspiration behind it. And it came out of a trip that I took in Tanzania, and me and the founder of Tide Tours were talking on the plane and discussing it. And before we knew, we were discovering how we wanted to serve the community via the Love Camp.
And when people talk about doing something, making a difference in this world, they say to pick something that's so big that you're going to need help to get it done. And let me tell you something. You have picked one. You have picked a real doozy on this one. It's,
Great.
it's, it's so needed. Now, how do you tackle how do you get your arms around such a daunting mission?
Asking a lot of questions, making sure that we understand all of the issues. And what I like to do is have a wraparound service. What I like about us is we have retreats where we talk about those hard topics and discussions, but we also have coaching where we really support. We have courses where we help people to really understand. And so we treat the holistic process, so that people have the support they need. They need the education, they need the vulnerability and transparency to talk about ways, but they need to be guided on how to do that. And so that's what makes us have the ability to tackle it. One retreat, one coaching client at a time, one course at a time.
I'm so glad to hear you say that because a lot of times I hear people say, we need to, and you fill in the blank, we need to fill in the blank,
Mhm.
but never tell how to do it.
Yes,
And that's always missing when
yes,
people I hear people say we need to do
yes,
this, we need to do that. So to
yes.
hear you say that is so inspiring. Now, Tanzania, never been there. Describe the country if you can briefly, because I know we ain't got all the day, but
But you have to come. Tanzania is magical, literally. It's a beautiful country with multiple different terrains. Like when we went to Mount Kilimanjaro, where we hiked up a waterfall. And we had beautiful, lush area, and along the way, we saw the local villagers, and we learned how to roast coffee. And then we went to Zanzibar, where the water's beautiful blue and it's clear and it's just gorgeous, like as far as you can go. And then we went to Bagamoyo, which is in my mind like a it's like a Miami from the perspective of the weather and the beautiful beaches, and the people were so embracive. So Tanzania alone, from the people to the environment to the things you can do there, it's top notch. It's a must have vacation.
so is Tanzania on your destination
Yeah,
schedule at some point again in the future? I know there are a lot of
yes,
places you could go. Okay, all right.
yes.
So I
We're
definitely
going back.
have to keep that open for that. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the Love Camp, is that open for singles, for married couples, or exactly who goes to these?
It is for singles and couples. And here's what makes that so amazing, because singles get an opportunity to talk to and learn from couples what's working. But couples get to have the opportunity to do the work individually and then come together with the activities and to discuss it. So it really has like a holistic learning and merging and growing from one another in the experience.
And you mentioned there's handouts. I guess there's guides, and
Yeah.
that are all a part of the curriculum during the camp.
Absolutely. Yes.
So
So
give me an idea of a rundown of what day one is, maybe.
absolutely. That's such a great question. So we have our trademarked exclusive Love Camp workbook. And the workbook focuses on our 7 factors of love because we believe you have to have all 7 and know how to implement them to make it work. And the curriculum guides our guests through seasons. So we want you to come in your first season, you're actually reflective, like the winter season. When you think about the winter time, you're reflective, you're introverted, you're just kind of sorting out things.
Mhm.
Spring, you're ready to shift towards something new. And then in the summer, you're really enjoying yourself. And
Yeah.
that's how the curriculum flows. When they first come in, it's a lot of self assessment.
Mhm.
Who are you in your relationships or in your aspiration to have a relationship? Who do you want to shift towards? Maybe you're needing to learn more about how to attract better options, or maybe you're in your relationship and you're not as communicative as
Maybe you
you.
need to change the cologne you wearing. I mean,
Maybe
let's
you need
be
to
real.
just, yeah, compliment your partner more, see your partner. Or so all of those things we talk about, and that in the spring. And then in the summer, it's really all about practicing. How
Mhm.
do you actually implement what we just talked about, what we learned, what you learned about yourself? How do you now practice it? And so we do a lot of kinesthetic, hands-on activities where all of the curriculum correlates to the retreat. So
Mhm.
everything that we do in the locations of Tanzania and the regions we travel to directly correlate to the seasons that we're in.
Oh, okay. So what season was that when you got? When did you go to Tanzania, and what season was it?
So the seasons are spirit like metaphorical seasons, but when we went to Tanzania, it was their dry season and it was in October.
Okay. What
And
was
but
the temperature like? What was the weather like?
Oh, it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was really hot, but it wasn't unbearable hot. Unless you went to Bagamoyo and you was, a little hot. You had to make sure you had your skin protected. But when we hiked up the waterfall in Kilimanjaro, it was
Mm.
beautiful. And what we did was we performed a yoga, like a yoga exercise at the bottom of the waterfall. But here's what made that special. It was very beautiful right in front of the waterfall. We're actually doing our yoga poses with our yogi, who is this phenomenal yogi. And while we were walking up the waterfall, we were literally mentally putting things down that no longer served us, things that were not beneficial for the vision we had for our relationships and our life. And so there was a practice of walking up the mountain
Mm.
to put things down longer serves you. So when you came back down the mountain, you were lighter after this amazing yoga experience, right in front of the waterfall.
Wow. I tell people, for example, we went to we traveled a lot, but went to Grand Canyon, and
Mm,
to see it on TV doesn't do it justice.
mm-mm.
It doesn't do it justice. These are awesome places that you got to go and experience yourself. Now, I know we're running short on time, but before we do, we gotta find out. Now, you are a love coach. Now,
Yes.
what does a love coach do? I'm interested in that.
So a love coach guides you. I'm a certified love coach, and we're the only certified love coach program. And essentially, a love coach guides you through your love journey. And so your love journey, even though we focus on relationship with self, your love journey with self and your love journey with a significant other, a lot of the things that we talk about are healthy relationships. So love coaches guide you through your love journey so that you can have healthy relationships.
Okay. Now, what inspired you to become a love coach?
Well, I've been a coach for over a decade. I first started coaching in 2011, and I've gotten certified through the International Coach Federation. And I've always been passionate about love, and particularly passionate about love in communities that look like myself.
Okay.
And so it just made sense to merge a passion that I'm like a topic that I'm super passionate about with my skill set. And that's what created the love camp.
Now, that's the greatest. That's the you talk about commandment. That's the greatest commandment. Love, right?
Yeah.
So with that, in terms of love, is there a spiritual connection to what the love camp encompasses?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. And the reason why I would say so is because we talk a lot about intention, we talk a lot about alignment. There's a section of our curriculum where, even though we don't endorse a specific religion, we do talk about being in line with the divine. Whatever you call the divine, if it's Christ, if it's Buddha, it's God, it's Allah, you just need to make sure that your alignment and the things that you want for your life are in that alignment so you can actually attract it and move in the spirit of that energy. And so we do talk about like taking stock of what has you out of alignment and what do you need to do to get in alignment. And we do have meditation, we have journaling, we have different spiritual practices that are not religious but very spiritual in nature so that more people can get in touch with their higher self and their
Mhm.
self that is in alignment in attune with the divine.
Now, you mentioned yoga. You mentioned some other activities. Are there also opportunities to do like massages, deep massages, to kind of just let it all out? And
That's exactly. It's interesting you asked that because that's part of the curriculum as well. The first day, the first season, I should say, the end of the first season, which is winter. So the season I'm talking about is symbolic winter. That last day after we hike up the waterfall, we actually have massages at this five-star resort, which is amazing. And then we celebrated on the rooftop. And so it was a wonderful way to end the season of winter and invigorate you and get ready for spring. And
it
so,
sounds
yeah,
like.
we had massages and we also got outfits because you want to adorn yourself. So we got outfits made, custom outfits made for us so that this new way of being, this new person is a reflection on the outside and the inside.
Wow. Wow, that sounds fantastic. Now, listen, almost out of time, but before we go, I know the audience wants to know a couple things, not the least of which is when is the next love camp and how can I get information?
Okay, so the next love camp is March 18th. I was going to say 17th. I don't know why, but March 18th through the 21st. So it's 4 days and it's in Massanutten, Virginia. And Massanutten, Virginia is on a resort where there's a water park, there's a spa, there's all kind of winter sports, and it's in the beautiful mountains of Massanutten, Virginia.
I've never heard of that. What's it near? What is Massanutten
Have
near?
you heard of Shenandoah?
Yes.
It's not far from Shenandoah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
in that whole region. And
Now,
it's
what you got to ride a horse to get there? I mean, they got an
well,
airport near there. You got to.
it's off of main highways, but
Okay.
it's definitely the perfect environment to be
Okay.
able to woosah. At the Love Camp, we take you to beautiful places in nature where you can truly plug into the curriculum and take the time to do the reflection, but also have a great time. Because
Okay.
we have Love Camp After Dark where we sit around the fireplace and we talk about grown folk conversation.
Nobody under 40 admitted. No, just kidding. Okay. Well, listen, how can more people find out about the Love Camp? They've got to know that.
Yes. So one of the things that I always ask people to do when they're interested in the Love Camp is they reach out to us via text. It's the easiest way to get in contact with us. And what I want to do is I want to give you the information. And when you type it, you when you reach out, you just want to say Love Camp Interest. The number is 240-415-8559. That is 240-415-8559. And if they text to us Love Camp Interests, we will get back to them in less than 24 hours and make sure we guide them through the process because we're big on making sure we are attentive to those that are interested in our services.
All right. So, once again, that number is, let's see if we can put it up there. Okay.
That is right. Yes, Love Camp.
240-415-8559.
Yes. And
Okay.
they can also find us on Instagram. We are at the Love Camp Official,
Okay.
the Love Camp Official on Instagram. And we also have a website, which is thelovecamp.co.
All right. All right. There you have it. Kim, I'm gonna say Kim Poole, which was the lady that you team with.
Yes,
You the
Kim.
first.
Absolutely. Kim was instrumental. Her company was instrumental in setting up our company because we utilized Kim's company
Mhm.
to actually provide the curated services, and they do an amazing job.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Fantastic.
Amazing job.
Folk
Yes.
working together to make it happen.
Yes.
That is so inspiring. So thank you so much, Renee Miller,
Yes.
certified love coach, founder of the Love Camp. You really blessed us with some wonderful information. Thank you for your time. And thank you for undertaking this awesome mission. We
You're
appreciate
most welcome. And thank you so much for having me today.
it. All right.
All
Make
right.
sure you stay tuned for all of our fantastic guests coming up here on Verity, where truth and conversation converge. Kerwin D. Sims will catch you next time. Peace.